Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've been a little absent for the past week, as you know. I just wanted to come here, I guess, with an explanation. It's not really an explanation, but I did have one of my uncles passed away from cancer. One of my uncles on my mom's side of the family. There's cancer, a lot of cancer on my mom's side of the family, so it's not, this is the second uncle that's passed away on my mom's side of the family with cancer. And yeah, so I did take like a week break from filming for that. And I have, even though I have stuff that I needed to film with, so this collection I'm filming with, I guess is late news now, but I'm still filming with it because I was very happy with this collection. I was really excited for it. So, without further ado, the collection that we're talking about today is the Colourpop and the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. Everybody was wanting this collection. I did not pick up the whole collection simply because the whole collection did not appeal to me. But I did get the palette. I did get one of the lipsticks. I got the Oogie Boogie lipstick, which once I'm done here, this baby's going to hang on my Christmas tree because, you know, I already have my Christmas tree up and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. It is Thanksgiving week and you're going to see that this week. So I did get that. I picked up the Zero sponge, which I'll go ahead and show you this. I didn't use it today. I'm going to use it some other time, maybe. It's so freaking cute. Here is the Zero sponge. It looks so cute, little Zero there. It's just a sponge. It's nothing too special, but I thought, oh, it's a Zero sponge. I have to get it. I love Zero. My son loves Zero. Even my son, my 5-year-old son, is obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas too. So he watches it every year. He even likes to hear the Nightmare Before Christmas album in the car. He likes the songs, the music, and everything Nightmare Before Christmas. And not the only reason that I didn't film was this particular collection wasn't just because of my uncle passing away, but I was also waiting because I got the 2 of the Jelly Much shadows and I got the barrel shade. I just love the packaging on all this. That's why I left it in the packaging. I think all the packaging is so cute. Colourpop does so good with their packaging. But it's so sad because you don't keep the outer package. So it's like, for me personally, it's like, why even make the outer packaging look that cute? I know it's to get you to buy it, but you don't keep that part. So I did get the barrel shade, which looks like this. It's like a duochrome. I thought it was going to be more of a neutral shade, but it's a duochrome. It's like a brown-green duochrome. And these, I have to say, this packaging on these Jelly Much shadows, they feel heavy. Like, it feels like better packaging than they normally use. And then I also got the shade Lock, and this is the reason why I waited so long to film with this collection. My Lock shade came completely dried out, and I'll show you here. And I did email Colourpop's customer service, and with a picture and everything showing them the dried out shadow. That way they would know that it was for sure dried out, even that came off. But you can see here that it is like all dried out. I even tried swatching it. I really have to dig to get in there. And I'm so sad because this is like black with purple sparkles. This one was so cute. So I ain't going to be using this one today. But because it's all dried out, I am waiting for the replacement to come. And I don't know if there's a way to rehydrate Jelly Much shadows. Y'all have to let me know if you know if there's a way to rehydrate these. I don't know if you can use the mixing, like I have the Meheron mixing medium. I don't know if I mixed like a couple drops of that in here with this, if it would rehydrate it or not like it does with other shades. But I was a little bummed that that came dried out already because that was like the shade I was the most excited for. It looked so unique. But I am happy that my barrel shade did come hydrated. This one's really good. I think just the lid wasn't on tight enough or something. But let me go ahead and open this Oogie Boogie lipstick. I'm gonna save this. This is gonna go hang on my tree when we're done here. But here is the Oogie Boogie packaging. It's like in a black, clear black acrylic, because you can kind of see through it. But I basically got that shade because it's the neutral in the palette, and it has just like this really cute imprint on it. It's got like snowflakes and skulls on it. It smells like a vanilla sort of smell. And I got the Oogie Boogie one because it appealed to me most. The other one was a red and then a hot pink. And these are the Cream Luxe lipsticks. So if I want like a bright shade like a red or a pink, I would rather it be a matte lip. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't get the other two, even though I probably would have loved to have the ornament hang on the tree. I would have never used the lipstick. So I didn't want to buy it just to have the ornament to hang on my tree. So I just got the Oogie Boogie because I'm okay with the cream neutral lipstick. So that'll be the lipstick we stick on today. Now let's get into the palette. The packaging, stunning. I love the packaging. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And they pretty much, and I love that they do that with the palette. They pretty much repeat the packaging of the palette. It just looks freaking stunning. Here is the back. Gorgeous. And take the insert out of it. I love this. I don't care what anybody says. I love this color story. It's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. The with this color story, I have to say, when I looked at this, did it make me think Nightmare Before Christmas? Yes and no. I mean, you have that part with all the gifts, and the part with Oogie Boogie where everything's neon and there's gifts and everything. So there is like a neon part into the palette, and there's a lot of neon shades in here. Is it missing a green? Neon green? I would like to have seen that for Oogie Boogie. I would have liked to have seen that. But when I looked at this palette, it wasn't just screaming Nightmare Before Christmas to me. It was screaming my teenage years. I was one of those alternative emo punk rock girls when I was growing up in my teenage years, which was the late 90s, early 2000s. And myself, I loved pink and black. So when I seen this, I immediately thought of my teenage self would have loved this eyeshadow palette. And in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, they didn't have anything like this to create eyeshadow looks with. So they were too busy into the pastels. Thank R.E.M. Beauty. Today, that was pretty much the makeup we had in the 90s. But when I seen this, I knew I'm going to create a gorgeous pink and black look that I would have loved, my teenage self would have loved. And I love this pop of orange here too. It's like a neon orange, so I'm going to use it. But I mainly bought this because I looked at this palette and I knew immediately what look I wanted to do with it. Hopefully it'll look good and won't look too crazy, because I do have to go pick up my son later today. I guess if it looks too crazy, I can always just take my makeup off. But I usually like to keep my makeup on for a little bit, because you know when you do a really good look, you be feeling yourself and you want to keep it on. But anyways, I'm going to try and go and do like gray and black in the crease in the outer corner and even under the eye. I'll probably use the pink shimmer all over my lid. And I might add a touch of orange under my eye with the black. We'll see. And I do love that there's like a lighter, this 0 shade, which is like a champagne. I think it should have been an icy white, but it looks kind of like more of a champagne color for 0, but it's a great inner corner and brow bone highlight. So I love that they did that and it wasn't a matte, it was a shimmer. So That I love. Let's see. There is some, looks like pressed pigments in this palette. There's no glitters. But Christmas Town, What's This, Sandy Claus, and Everybody Scream. So, pretty much all your colorful looks here. So this one, this one, this one, and this one, they're all pressed pigments. So that means it might cause staining on your eyes. It's just best to, if you think you might have an allergic reaction to them, to just patch test. Patch test it on your arm or something like that to see first. And then before you put it on your eyes, just to make sure that you're not going to have no type of allergic reaction. You'd rather have that on your arm versus your eyeball. But enough with my blabbering. Let's get into the look and let's hope that I can do it justice. Hopefully I can do it good. I'm going to take a pretty big ballooning brush. This is my number 20, reference number 27. It's pretty big. I'm going to go into the shade Meant to Be. So I'm going to go into this shade Meant to Be here and stick that all in my crease. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been so excited for this palette since I've seen it. Oh, I didn't prime my eyes. Let me do that first. Something's wrong with me. I always forget to prime my eyes. Okay, I'm back. I just primed my eyes with my e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer in the shade White, as you can see, because my eyes look pretty white. I just thought I would use the white. It would help the grays and everything show up more, I thought. So you have to let me know if any of y'all picked up this palette. If you were even excited about it. I already know that some of you weren't liking this palette. You wanted that green Oogie Boogie. I seen somebody saying something about they wanted oranges and greens. So there is an orange in the palette. So I'm not sure where that was coming from, because there was an orange in the palette. I could have used like a pop of neon green. But you have to admit, looking at this palette is a different color story than Colourpop has done before. I feel like this is really different for them. Maybe not. They have the Blow and Smoke, so maybe some of this, if you have like the Blow and Smoke palette, which I never got, because at the time when that palette came out, I just wasn't into cool tones, and now I am. So now I'm more into cool tones. So I think my preferences have changed since then. Now that I've gotten that in my crease, next brush I'm taking is my Reference 14, which is a smaller, more precise blending brush. I'm going to go into In My Bones, which is a little bit deeper gray shade. The first one was more of like a taupey gray. This one's definitely deeper. Putting that more precisely in my crease. Just deepening it up a little bit more. And that black, the black in the palette does have shimmers in it. It is a black with shimmer. I forgot to mention that. If you don't like the matte shades with shimmer in it, then you might not like that one, because it is one of those shades. I don't know if I've seen anybody do like a pink and black look either with this palette yet. Like I'm going to do. I'm taking just my smallest blending brush, which is my Reference number 13. And I am going to go into that black shade now, which is Halloween Town. This black shade here, it looks like it has purple and pink glitters in it. Maybe orange ones too. But if you tap it off, most of the time, the glitters fall right off. Looking pretty good. Hopefully I can recreate that on this side over here. Always have more problems with my left eye than my right eye, because My eye waters a lot more. I don't know why. I'm gonna take just the first brush that I use, going over everything with it. Just making sure everything's like nice and blended. I'm gonna go back into my rougher number 14, the one I used for my second shade that I used in my palette, and just cleaning it off, getting the gray off of it. Because I'm gonna take a little bit of what's this, the orange shade right here, and I'm just gonna add it a little bit underneath the black under my eye, just to add like a little pop of something, just a tiny touch. To have like a peeking through of a neon color. So I did blend that out under my eyes. I don't know if you can see, but there's like just a little pop of orange. And I went ahead and my camera cut off on me. So I went ahead and put glitter glue on my eyes. Now I'm gonna go with my Tarte Mermaid brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade Christmas Town, which is the pink shade right here. Putting that all over my lid. It's going everywhere. We're living out our pink and black fantasies today. Okay, I'm liking that so far. And I'm gonna go back into my number 14 brush from Rougher, which is what I use to do the orange. I'm gonna clean it off so I can go back into the gray. Just to put a little bit more gray above my crease, because I did cover that up just a little bit when I was doing my And I'm gonna go back into the bigger brush that I was using. My Rougher 27, yeah, 27. I'm gonna go back into that first taupey gray shade I was using, and just. And lastly, I'm gonna go back into my Rougher 13 that I was using for the black on the outer corner. And I'm just gonna tap it over the edges of this, over the edges of the pink. Feel like a seamless transition between the shimmer and the matte. I really like that. Okay. Now to my smallest blending brush, if I can find it. Always gets lost because it's so freaking tiny. Oh, here it is. Like I said, it always gets lost because it's so tiny. Thought I was gonna have to use a different brush. This is the tiniest inner corner brush I have. It's the Rougher number 3. So freaking tiny. And I'm gonna go into the shade 0, which is just this white color right here. It's like a champagne. Doesn't look straight up white like you would expect a 0 shade to look. Oh, but it looks white on the eye. Okay. Okay, I like it. I like it. I'm really liking this. Adding a little bit of like a burst. When you look up, it's like a burst of color. I like it. So there is the eye look with the palette. Let's go ahead and put the lipstick on, and then I'm gonna go off camera to do my lashes. Or should I do that now? I'm gonna go off camera and do my mascara, and then I'll be back and we'll do lips, and I'll show you my completed eye look. Okay, I'm back. I have my mascara on. I even put this is the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liner in the shade Pop in my waterline. I think I might be getting dried out on me though, because I had to scrub to get this in my waterline, and these LA liners are usually pretty good at going in your waterline. So I think that one might just be a tad bit dried out. I was even like trying to warm it up on my hand to put it on my eye, but it wasn't working. So think it just dried out is all. Let's go in with the lipstick. This is the Oogie Boogie lipstick. It is a very, very creamy lipstick. It feels very moisturizing on the lips. Here it is. I feel like a hot pink would have went really good with the look I did today, but neutral is good too, because sometimes you don't want too much bold look going on. I already have like a bold eye look going. I don't really need a bold look going too. So I'm gonna go ahead and get as close as I can to the camera for you and show you like what my overall eye look looks like. So that is my look using the palette, the Nightmare Before Christmas palette. This is the look I envisioned when I first got the palette. I knew I wanted to do like a definitely like more look that my 90s and early 2000s alternative punk rock emo girl self would want, and this is totally the look I would have went for in the early 90s or 2000s if we had this type of makeup going on. But alas, we did not, so it was just a lot of black eyeliner back then to try and get a black look going on. But yeah, I really like this palette. This palette performed really good, I have to say. The grays, the blacks, everything blended out really good. Nothing's patchy. I think it blended really nicely. My eye, though, will not stop watering to save my life. And it's messing up my eye look, but other than that wonderful tidbit, every shade I used in this palette performed really good. This looked like it was the zero shade. I thought it looked in the palette like a champagne gold or something, but no, when you put it on your eyes, it's an icy white shade, and I love an icy white shade. I love using it for my inner corners and my brow bone highlight, and I love that it was an icy white shade that was a shimmer and not a matte. I hate when they put just white mattes in palettes, because I don't use white mattes. I don't like to use a white matte for my inner corner. Normally it just doesn't shine as much as the icy white shimmery white would do. But I mean, I think this is a pretty unique color story for Colourpop. I have to commend them. Lately they've been coming out with some unique color stories, stuff that they haven't done before, like this color story. I feel like when you see this, you can't call them nudie pop. You have the neon orange, neon pinks. There's even like this purpley color. Yeah, purple could have used on the lid. That would have looked really good on the lid too. But yeah, I don't know. I like the palette. I would recommend it. It's a really good formula. It's cute packaging. How can you resist? The lipstick is super creamy. Feels like it's gonna be it's super comfortable. Gonna be moisturizing on the lips. So I would definitely recommend the Oogie Boogie shade, because if you get that red or the pink that's in the hot pink that's in the collection, that's gonna get everywhere on your lips. Because this is super creamy. So I wouldn't recommend those shades unless you wanted to go everywhere. Because I do feel like that would be a tad bit messy. I have to update you later about the Lock and Barrel shades. I'll have to use them later on my own and see how they are, just because I wanted to do the pink and black look. I wanted it to be my teenage dreams of what I would love my makeup to look like if I could back then. But I don't know. I really liked everything in the collection that I got. Everything performed really good for me. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the rundown of the rest of the stuff I have on my face, because I feel like maybe you want to know. I don't know. So I did use all Colourpop products today, because I usually try to reach for, when I'm doing, like, if I have a collection I'm doing and I have enough face products to use, I use it. So I used my Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation on my face today. It was in the shade Light 33C, although I was putting it on my face today and I think that it's a little too pink for me and I might need a neutral shade in it now. I don't know what happened there. My bronzer is my Colourpop Coconut Beach Bronzer. Looks like that. It's a very cute bronzer. They have a deeper shade in it too, but I got it during the sale. My blush is from the Powerpuff Girls and Colourpop collab. This is the Fighting Crime blush. I just thought this shade would go perfect with my eye look today, and I wasn't wrong. Hot pink was the blush for me today. I'm glad I had that blush to go with this eye look. And my highlight is just the classic of Colourpop Super Shock Cheek and Flexitarian. I just went with a classic highlight today because I didn't really have anything pink. I didn't have really a pink highlight that I thought would look good with my look today. So I just went with the classic Flexitarian shade for today. And I think that's it. I did use my my Tarte Man Eater mascara. I found this and I've been really liking it. It really lengthens my lashes, makes them look longer. It adds a little bit of volume, but it does nothing for curl. So if you need curling mascara, this is not gonna curl for you. But that's it. That's all I have for my video today. I hope you guys really enjoyed the look I made using the Nightmare Before Christmas palette. I absolutely love it. Like, I love it. I'm just so happy with it. I'm glad I picked up the palette. This is definitely a palette that'll probably stay in my collection forever just because it's iconic. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe next year they'll give us like a part 2 like they did with Hocus Pocus. And maybe we'll get a neon green in the next palette. Or maybe they'll do it worse like they did the Hocus Pocus palette. Who knows? Anyways, that's my video today. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you're not yet subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. And next to the subscribe button is the bell. You can ring that. That way you'll be notified of all my future uploads. And I hope you guys have a great day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.